Tyler Oliveira is exposing scammers in Tokyo, and this is pretty relevant because Joanna and I are going in Tokyo in April, and all of this is pretty wild for me. I'm pretty concerned already as it is because we're in a foreign country with like little help other than just with like Google Translate as it is, and the nightlife is concerning if we are out alone, which is why I believe we'll be doing a buddy system if we go out in public. But yeah, like let's see what Tyler found out.
You're a drug dealer, you're a pimp. It's crazy because you come to Japan and
Jeez, so many attacks. Like again, I understand to where.
But why is there a gang of African thugs scamming, robbing, drugging, and beating tourists in one of the most famous nightlife districts in Tokyo, one of the safest and most ethnically homogenous countries on Earth?
Oh, hold on.
so they drug me. You're a drug dealer, you're a drug dealer, you're a pimp. It's crazy because you come to Japan and
You get attacked by African scammers. But why is there a gang of African thugs scamming, robbing, drugging, and beating tourists in one of the most famous nightlife districts in Tokyo?
It's wild to think about it again, just because.
In one of the
I've heard that I've heard that Oliver is of the same genre that is like news and streamers, to where like he gets these clips from agitating people. He gets these clips from agitating these people. That is very true. It doesn't change the subject of the film. It doesn't change that. It doesn't change their choice in what they do. They see a camera and they're choosing to do these despite being agitated. Your choice when agitated did like defines you as a character, and it's wild to see that.
Ethnically homogenous countries on Earth.
A nation must ravage itself before foreigners can ravage it. A man must despise himself before others can despise him. That is an interestingly specific quote.
So they drugged me. My wallet was stolen, everything. And I woke up next to another guy who the same thing had happened to.
So I had to check in on America's greatest ally, Japan.
Back up, back up. Hey, hey.
I'm honored to die for my country. I'm not gonna fuck my country to any foreigner. Come on, let's go.
Oh, we're thieves?
Oh
You're
my God.
criminal attacking people. All right, prepare for the chase. These fuck Nigerians pimping out women. You're real fucking tough, yeah?
So, to make sure the third world plague wouldn't claim another victim, I met up with young James, a fellow American.
Jeez, that's crazy. And again, like, it is. I won't be able to finish this video because I got work later. But it's wild to see that it is one thing that he agitates them, but it doesn't change that he still gets attacked, and that shows a problem within people in general, like society outside. Outside, scary. You know what's safe? You go inside, you boof around as a whale or a potato, and you get to relax at home. But we're going to Japan and relaxing in the hotel instead.
Who moved to Japan for its safe, polite culture and was punched in the back of the head by an African scammer while walking through Kabukicho. I think your friend behind us, legit. I swear to God, I think it's your friend. I think we found our friend here.
Bro, be careful with your camera, please. You know what you're doing now.
Huh?
Be careful with your camera. There's camera there now. I see you.
Camera?
I'm warning you now.
What do you mean you're onto me? Onto me for what? Onto me for what? Keep walking, Buster. For what?
But that's wild though,
I
like.
think we're looking through Kabukicho. I think your friend behind us, legit. I swear to God, I think it's your friend. I think we found
He sees them.
our friend here.
Bro, be careful with your camera, please. You know what you're doing now.
Huh?
Be careful with your camera. There's camera there now. I see you.
But is he talking about the public cameras? I mean, sure, but
Camera?
I'm warning you now.
that's a crazy thing though, because like, even though there, if I'm understanding this correctly, there are public cameras like on the streets, sure, but how responsive people are to the crime is also a whole thing, because even with the police department, I've been told that it's still like wild and crazy of how long it takes to get let me see. Actually, hold on, let me see. How quick are Japanese police respond to crimes? Sure. How quickly are they would respond? They quickly respond to emergency calls with an average response time of around 6 minutes for 110 calls. How quick are Japanese police? How quick are Japanese police to respond to public disturbances? Around 6 to 7 minutes. Okay, so like that I would say that's probably quick for a police officer to respond, but that's in the event that you call the police, and if they see that it's sufficient, that it's reasonable enough to be involved with.
What do you mean you're onto me? Onto me for what? Onto me for what? Keep walking, Buster. Fucking clowns out here.
Under the principle of the Education Documentary Standard Act, educational documentary purposes may contain material that some viewers might find disturbing.
Right, I think we found our friend who attacked young James. James, what's going through your mind right now? I think we found him.
I'm just trying to get out. There's a common misconception about Japan. A lot of people say that it's illegal to film in public, it's illegal to film other people. It's actually not true. They can ask for their faces to be blurred.
Sure.
But if anybody tells you you can't film here, that's a lie. They don't know what they're talking about. They're assuming
let's see. Is it illegal to film in Japan? It's heavily regulated, but it's heavily illegal to film public. You can generally film in public spaces, but you must be respectful, avoid identifiable individuals without consent, obey no photography signs, and understand businesses can prohibit filming on their property, and public spaces. It's legal to film in public spaces, which is crazy.
you don't know what you're doing because you're just a foreigner here anyways. So
The reason I'm speaking with you is because
And like that's relatively true in most places too. Like, hey Joe, is it? Did anybody stop you guys from filming in public in New York?
No.
Do you feel is it pretty reasonable to film in public because it's a public space?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to Japan and you film in public, that's pretty okay.
Should be.
Yeah, because like you're in a public space, it's not private property. Yeah.
Mhm.
If it's private property, then is it more regulated? You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just want to double check.
Okay.
I can't make kissing sounds loud enough, but like it's wild. It's wild to think that some like if you're in a foreign country like Japan, if some people are agitated about you, they might scare you with false information. But the reality is, globally, in a public space, it's heavily, it is heavily regulated, but it doesn't change the fact that you need to be mindful of how you're filming. But again, in public places, it's generally okay, but it's recommended to be mindful of the privacy of others. However, it's not against the rules to film in public.
I saw a video of you getting punched in the back of the head by who?
by a tout, apparently is what they're called. In Japanese, we call it kyakuhiki, which means like a catcher. They try to get people into their bars and offer drugs to people and such in the nightlife areas of Tokyo. Yeah, in the past they called it the red light district. These days they say that it's actually cleaned up a bunch. Okay. So now they just call it a nightlife area more or less. But amongst Japanese people, this is definitely known as the most dangerous area in Tokyo.
Which goes to show how safe at large Japan actually is.
100%. In this area, Kabukicho specifically, there are a whole bunch of fights occasionally between drunk people all the time. But
fights in public,
people being attacked for seemingly no reason. It often tends to be these
yeah, streamer attacked
African tout kyakuhiki guys, maybe because the tourists don't follow them into their bars, they refuse their scams, they get scammed out of money and then they fight back and they get beat up, which is really sad, and it's been an issue for many years now. Definitely an
But that's wild though, because like the tout people, the tout guys, they work really hard. They're compliant to they're okay with you like filming them and going and following them if it means that they can drive people into their bar, right? But like the moment you reject it, like, hey, yo, delete me if you're not gonna like come into this bar. That's wild.
I see one of your friends to my left over here.
Yeah, I hope they don't bother us anymore. You know, I'm not trying to bother anyone, just like I was in my video. I was minding my own business. Basically, the guy was really angry that he happened to get in my shot and he didn't want to be on camera.
He was barely in your shot too. He was creeping and crawling. He almost wanted it.
It's been on Japanese news.
Like what's going on here? The fact that like you barely see him in that clip and he gets smacked for no reason.
Outlets, it's been all over social media. It's nuts. So,
from my understanding, a lot of these guys own.
Oh wait, oh.
These news outlets, it's been all over social media. It's nuts.
Aspen Gold, man. Aspen Gold covering it. Hell yeah.
So,
from my understanding, a lot of
That's
these guys
wild.
own or work at some of these bars. They try to lure you in with the prospect of a cheap bar experience, and then what happens next?
from the stories that I've heard, basically they invite you.
Drugged and robbed in Tokyo 10 years ago. Wow. My friend is in Tokyo, and last night he was drugged at an establishment operated by Nigerians and believed to be owned by Nigerian mafia. I mean, if you're the mafia, you want to get money from anywhere and everywhere. And if that means outside of your country, that is anywhere and everywhere.
To an international club, they say, "Hey, brother."
Oh my God, the fact I can't.
From the stories that I've heard, basically they invite you to an international.
That's the weirdest thing though, because two things are happening. Either this in itself is an AI thing, because this is very. Joe, is this how Studio Ghibli is this clip? When you get a second love, does this look pretty Studio Ghibli like?
Yes.
Is it reasonable to think that it's AI?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, but it's wild. Two things are happening: a crime against the Studio Ghibli for using AI, but also another thing to where it's
Club,
crazy
they say,
here.
"Hey, brother, we speak English."
All of it's crazy.
Retired, you're in this country where nobody speaks English. It's difficult. Check it out. You want to meet some foreigners, actually mingle with some people where you can really talk.
Okay.
And you think, hey, you know what? That sounds kind of nice. I've been in Japan for 2 weeks. This guy seems really friendly. And you say, yeah, you know what? I'll follow you to your international club or bar. You go inside, and there's a couple different things that may happen. The most common one that I've heard is they tell you one price at the door or something like that. Oh, drinks are this much. There's a small door fee. And then they give you the tab, and the tab is much higher. If you try to dispute it, they block the door. They don't let you leave until you pay the tab. And you
That's wild. They keep you from leaving until you pay the tab that they charge you, and that's wild. Because at that point, don't go into the bar if you can't see the price points on the menu itself. That is crazy.
They'll read constant stories of people talking about getting drugged. So they go to these bars. They
Drugged in Kabukicho in Tokyo, 25,000 in crypto stolen. This is 5 months ago, allegedly. Here's how if I have over 25K in crypto, that would be on a cold wallet rather than like that's wild.
meet some
8 years ago, allegedly. Urged a friend man got drugged in Kabukicho and robbed. What do I do? So the lesson here is that when we go in Japan, we can't go to Kabukicho at night. That's the lesson I'm getting from this. Don't go to Kabukicho in Japan at night. That's the lesson out of this.
English-speaking women, maybe
Warning: almost got drugged in Roppongi. So don't go to Roppongi at night.
they're Filipino, maybe they're Thai or whatever.
Yeah.
They go there. Next thing they know, it's 2 days later. They wake up. They don't have their wallet.
Oh wait, hold on. I need to see. I
Women,
need
maybe
to
they're
read that.
Filipino, maybe they're Thai or whatever.
Yeah.
They go there. Next thing they know, it's 2 days later. They wake up. They don't have.
Drug drinks in Kabukicho district, 2012. Again, this sounds like don't go to Kabukicho at night. I don't usually post. I just want to post so that this wouldn't happen to anyone else. Me and my friend were approached by a black guy, and we went to a gentleman's club. We paid for the free drink, for the fee and entered. We were surprised because it's not really a gentleman's club. It's a bar with 2 black girls and 1 old Filipino girl inside. After entering, we wanted to go out as soon as possible, but we have paid already and decided to have 1 drink. The drinks were drugged, we got drunk and noticed a weird sleepy feeling. Good thing that we were able to get out. That's good to hear. Do not entertain if someone asks you if you want sex, strip club, massage, especially if black people. Very bad experience. You know, I will say that it's not that they're being racist by bringing up the idea of don't be entertained if they're black. It just so happened that their experience was from a black guy going into a club with 2 black girls and a Filipina. And that's like, it's a thing. It's one thing to where he's not saying it. They're not saying it to be racist. It just happened that in their experience, this happened.
Have their wallets, they don't have their keys, they don't have their passports. All of their stuff was stolen. Even though there are very, very few foreigners here as compared to other countries, still the foreigners here are very, very adamant.
Foreign residents is 3% of the out of 100% that is foreign residents. 3% is foreign, which is wild.
About implementing their culture here, not learning the language, whatever it is, and that bugs me because I came here to experience Japan.
Can you say something in Japanese?
Minasan konnichiwa, yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Hit circle,
Japanese as possible, so.
We're circling us like meat in the water.
Jeez.
Fair enough. Should we move?
Yeah, we should. I'm annoyed right now that we have to feel. That's the death direction.
Japan is an incredibly safe country. It really is just this area, so you have that to be thankful for. Because
So do not go into Kabukicho. That's my lesson.
really, I'm not saying this to pander. There are a lot of Japanese people and Chinese Kabukicho as well who also try to offer you things to get you to follow in. Most people who are trying to get you to follow them into your bars are selling some shit, scamming. And let's be honest, we know the places that are really badass and the most popular bars, restaurants around the world, they don't need to put people out on the street, hey, follow us.
This is true.
The food speaks for itself. People are lined up out the door,
Yeah.
so yeah.
For clarity, no joke. As we're walking around here, I'm keeping my head on a swivel.
Yeah.
With the camera, you have to.
No, you have to, totally.
And they're aware of us fully with the camera.
Hey man, when I was hit in the back of the head, I mean, that dude had a running start, ran up and hit me right in the back of the head. That's a very dangerous area to be
That's
hit. I
wild.
mean, there's a reason that in boxing and MMA they don't allow you to hit to the back of the head. So
Yeah, because that would knock you
Go
out.
to the police. What will they say?
they will likely say, "What were you doing? How did you get hit in the head? Why? What made them hit you in the head?"
Okay.
And then
That's classic gaslighting behavior. You were hit in the head. Where were you? What was it that you think you could have been doing to make yourself a target? Did you provoke them in a certain way for them to hit you? Like, rather than just say, hey, yo, I'm so sorry that you went through this way. Let's go investigate the area. They ask you 20 questions to say, what could you have done to not get hit?
they'll say, "Be safe. This area is dangerous. You should know that." There are streetcars running around occasionally. They give announcements that say, "Be careful. Don't follow anybody." This is basically what the police did to me. They victim blamed me.
Yeah, victim blaming is wild.
日本は本当に安全な国でこうして安心して暮らせることに感謝してます。でも歌舞伎町だと油断はできないって今回はすっごく実感しました。
Even though I
Sorry,
did that,
let's go back
歌舞伎
again.
町だ本当に
don't follow anybody. This is basically what the police did to me. They victim blamed me.
And that's wild because, like, for a person like him to be a part of the 3% of Japan, it's incredibly easy for 97% of the population to victim blame a gaijin, saying, "Oh, you should have known this. You didn't know better. It's a lot of targeting language that says, "Hey, you signed up for this. You should have double and triple checked everything that you were doing from the moment you got out of bed to the moment you got outside." The victim blaming is wild.
さ日本は本当に安全な国でこうして安心して暮らせることに感謝してます。でも歌舞伎町だと油断はできないって今回はすっごく実感しました。
Even though I did that, I woke up the next day to a whole bunch of my subscribers and people messaging me on Instagram saying, "You're racist for posting the video. You posted the video knowing that racial tensions are high. You are trying to stir up more racial tensions."
And that's wild, the fact that, like, there are people that, without knowing the appropriate context, you immediately would attack him for sharing a video about his experience being there. Like, people made Yelp for that exact reason, and you don't attack a Yelp reviewer for saying what their experience was at a restaurant, and you're attacking this guy for expressing his reactions and his experience in Japan. That's wild.
Different people said, I hope more happen to you. I hope that in 2025 you will get called racist for existing.
Facts. And I want to hear a truth bomb of.
Hey, Joanna. Do you feel like in 2026 it's easy for someone to yell at you for existing in a country you don't live in?
Anything's possible, babe.
It's wild. Because the fact that this guy got attacked. It was filmed that there was filmed footage of him being attacked when he didn't aggravate anything, and then he said his piece about how Japan is a very safe place to live in, relatively safe, right? But in Kabukicho, he states that people should be more careful, and then he gets victim blamed, saying, hey, you did something as a gaijin, when there's more to it. It's wow.
The few up violent things you've seen out here.
Called racist for existing.
Facts. And I want to
Racist for existing. Is that relevant in 2026 still?
Wait, sorry. I'm editing.
No, it's okay.
What's that?
In 2026, you could be called a racist for existing.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot. It's you can be like canceled for doing anything. Oh, you didn't use your chopsticks right? Cancel. You moved to a new country that you don't speak the language of? Canceled. That's wild.
hear a truth bomb. Of the few up violent things you've seen out here, who has perpetrated them?
The Nigerian African touts, 100%.
And while we were walking around, my professional bodyguards blended into the crowd and were performing a risk assessment of how many African scammers were out here, if they had a network of informants on the ground, and to see if we could get out of here alive if we got ambushed. Peripheral scope, how many of them are there?
25 to 30 down on the bottom corner of where we walked up the hill.
Okay.
There's the right-hand turn there, and they're all congregated on them two corners.
Congregated in the
take
two
this crowd?
corners.
Well, there's 4 of us, 50 of them. Further up to that side, they've got more on another street corner, so we are heavy outnumbered.
Every single person that was engaging with you, they would move to the corner of that square. As you would leave the square, and just eye you down with their phones out, just paying attention to where your movements are.
So we went back out and tried to give these African touts a chance to speak for themselves. Question, gentlemen.
See, that was the first mistake. It's one thing to pay people to help keep an eye on you. That's really great. But it's another thing entirely to where he is choosing to confront people who are obviously engaging in mob mentalities and just crazy behavior. Because if you notice people following you because of a network, then you should keep going the other way. But it's crazy.
Question, gentlemen. Can I interview you guys? On video? No? Okay, thank you. But it quickly became clear that they tended to congregate in front of the family marts and hated the mere sight of my camera. Where's my friend? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, boss. Wondering if can I interview you? For a YouTube video, we're trying to interview people of different walks of life out here.
You know what's going on in the street now, right?
What's up?
Having people don't know me.
No, we just want to interview. We're trying to do documentary about. Whoa! No. We're trying to do interviews for a documentary. We're to speak to people from different places in Japan. Ask about life as tout. We just want to interview. Just want to interview.
Why are you taking that video?
I just want to interview.
What?
I just want to interview you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm very good. Are you doing good? Merry Christmas to you. That was a peaceful Christmas spirit.
That was
Can I interview you,
wild.
my friend? Can I interview you, my friend? No? Huh. Sugoi. Okay, now they're calling the back.
It is one thing to where he is going. It's one that he himself is confronting them. But again, I guess the lesson is don't go to family marts in Kabukicho. That's the lesson. Don't go to Kabukicho at night.
See, they're repelled by the cameras. That is like their kryptonite. And then I spotted a tout predating on this poor tourist traveling alone. What did he sequester you for? Bar?
Yeah, he asked me to.
Don't go to the bar. I know. There's a notorious reputation for date raping people out here, giving them scopolamine, drugs that make you
So bad?
That's the reputation out here. These businesses are sketchy. Spread the word to your friends and family.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany. I mean, they're
Oh,
friendly.
no.
It's just that every 5 meters you encounter one.
They're friendly until they're not friendly.
I take along as well if you're going out of this place, because I can't go 5 meters without.
Okay, you've been harassed by so many of them. You want us to get you out of here.
Yeah,
Let's go.
That would be nice.
Let's go.
That is
We will.
wild.
So, what's your name?
Michel.
Okay, so we have a German friend here. How many had come up to you today?
Like you go 5 meters and you encounter.
Every
another
5
one.
meters, you'll meet a Nigerian. That's the guaranteed experience in Kabukicho, apparently.
I have to be alone. Next time I come here, I'm going to go with a friend, because
It's too much.
they don't leave you alone when you're alone.
Well, friend, be safe. It was good to meet you.
Thanks a lot.
And then we walked over to
That
Golden
is
Guy,
wild.
a historic drinking area with over 200 small bars, crawling with foreign tourists getting hammered. And
I mean, Golden Guys, I've heard from other creators that Golden Guy is a very good experience, but do bring friends. Buddy system, leave in a walk at night by yourself in a party of 2 or 3 minimum, but Golden Guy, wild.
perfect hunting ground for African touts. You want to do an interview with me? We want to talk to people who moved to Japan who are not from Japan. So we want to hear their story, how they got here and the work they do and how it is in Japan.
How much will you bill?
I don't know, enough to get you a drink?
There's more now. Heavily populated corners, so there's more than 1 and 2. It's more like 4 on each corner now.
Yeah.
It seems like they've almost like put a satellite on. As soon as we're spotted on one street, they're pinging where we are.
Question for you guys. Can I interview you?
No.
Okay. Do you guys live here?
Please don't put the camera.
Okay, tough to get interviews. And then I met a British tourist who believed these touts were victims of a bigger criminal organization.
Violent, organized crime touts. Hey all, if this post can prevent or save someone from experiencing this, I would mark this as success. Well, Shinjuku. So apparently there's a bigger organized crime in Shinjuku too.
Orchestrated by the Yakuza.
Wait, what?
Touts were victims of a bigger criminal organization orchestrated by the Yakuza. Scammers.
Oh, you're just trying to.
You are the guy. You're the man.
They're the victims. Trust me.
That's debatable.
Are they the victim?
How is it not debatable?
Look, the Nigerians, they're the victims, okay? They're the slaves of the Yakuza. They're not here to like scam people, right? The actual criminals just bring them over and make them do the jobs. Like, it's not them, bro. They're coming over from a country where they have nothing, yeah? And they're getting brought over by the criminals.
Maybe.
No, it's
Some
not.
suspect the Yakuza are involved, right? We don't know that for a fact. That would be a more interesting story, yeah.
Yeah, but then
Do you think the Yakuza are trafficking them here?
absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Of course. Do you think these Nigerians are coming over from Africa to sell drugs to Japanese people? No. Bro.
Not Japanese people, tourists.
To tourists,
Yeah.
to Japanese people,
Not
whatever.
Japanese people.
They're all homeless, right? They all have a boss who's making them do selling all these drugs. They're literally below minimum wage, right? Give them a little bit of grace. That's all I ask. Give them a little bit of
Fair.
grace.
We're just trying to talk to them. That's our goal. At the end of the day, I don't think anyone's forcing them to be here in Japan. I think
Yeah, because like that's ultimate thing. Like to where it's one thing to where, oh, you're like trapped here with slavery, but it's more unlikely of people from Nigeria being trafficked over here than there are people who live here and who makes the ultimate choice to keep doing it here.
the door is wide open back home in Nigeria or Guyana, whatever it is. And if you're bringing havoc, chaos, and crime, I think it's probably about time you go back home. No amount of sob story justifies aggressing and criminalizing the native population here. And then we stumbled upon the same guy who attacked young James again. He seems to be the attack dog of the gang, doing the dirty work of beating anyone in the area holding a camera. That's our boy.
That is wild. The fact that there's multiple clips of that same guy and now he's here, wild.
My friend, come talk to me. My friend, why are you punching people in the face? Why are you attacking people? Why are you attacking people, huh? Why are you attacking tourists? Why are you punching tourists? This guy right here, what's your problem? Hey, show yourself. Show your self. You're real tough one-on-one, huh? You're real tough one-on-one. You attack people for no reason out here. You, man. And you'll notice he, too, is almost geo-fenced in the area surrounding the Family Mart. This guy, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a coincidence that he's near Family Mart, because in the previous clip, yeah, that restaurant is near Family Mart.
Right here. He's a serial beater. We got footage of him in 4K beating people down. You are sick. You know that? You are a dirty bastard.
But also at the same time, like
He's not as.
you can almost see that he is on his phone just to be on TikTok, but the fact that like he might have messaged a friend, and I'm pretty sure in the next couple of seconds that there's someone like there's friends gonna come to him.
More than one person. He's looking real tough. Look, hey, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. You can't go around punching people in the face and act like they're not going to come back, huh?
It is nothing entirely to where the fact that Tyler is antagonizing him, there is a bit of it where sure it is one thing that where he's attacked several people and there's clips of that guy attacking other people. Right here is a bad instance of Tyler provoking the bear long enough until he bites.
As he fled our shaming ritual, this violent thug tried to lead us straight into an ambush across the street where his other criminal associates were ready to outnumber and ambush us.
No more! No more! Go back home! Yeah, need to be careful. Alright. We gotta retreat. Tactical retreat. Huh? Oh, come! I'm not a dumbass.
They want us to go meet their 500 buddies in the alleys. They think we were born yesterday. Look, he had to recruit.
Alright, we gotta go now. How is it?
Just like he pulled up on you.
Yeah.
We met another foreigner who moved to Japan that also had a nasty experience with these touts.
Come on,
Yeah, so it's wild already to see, like, we are not even, like, I've been yapping more than I should have, but we're already a third through the video, and already there's an experience to where it's one thing to where Tyler is, like, being the aggressor to these guys and, like, giving him a reason to fight back during this video, but it's wild where the ultimate lesson is don't go to Kabukicho by yourself. How dangerous is Kabuki at night? Generally safe for tourists who uses common sense. So don't talk to strangers. Don't get convinced by other strangers to like go to a bar, but it has risks due to touts and fake bars that lure visitors into exploitative situations. Let's see, Reddit. You'll be fine. Never felt more safe. I plan to stay the night in the Godzilla Hotel. I will be traveling with my partner. I'm not planning to drink at bars. Just enjoy the sights. Should I consider staying somewhere else? I think people with little kids and pearl clutchers would say to avoid it due to the sex work. It's not like it's unsafe. Okay. You just got back and spent 2 minutes in Kabukicho. It was fine. Nothing to worry about. Red people blow things up all the time. We were 2 women and felt 0% scared. Tell the touts no and walk away, or avoid them by pretending not to understand them, or just do what they said and ignore them. So the lessons is ignore people that you don't want the attention from and walk away from them. Just keep walking. Don't go to any bars that they say are a good deal. There's plenty of good bars for drinking that don't require a person to try and pull you into their bar. So assume anyone out there doing like a walking walking advertisement to be a scam. Move on. Once you're out of the main strip, it was totally fun. Went to a great dart bar. Do not follow touts. If you want to go to a bar, it's fine. Maybe do some research to make sure the place is okay. But if you're not into nightlife, there is no strong reasons to stay in Kabukicho. Shinjuku Station is big and it can be much easier to navigate a smaller station. Let's see what else. This is again like posts from 2 years ago, so take this with a grain of salt. Even too, husband and I stayed there in that area back in August. In the daytime it's fine, nighttime it's cool, but yeah, be mindful of your surroundings. There were tons of touts, drunks, or people vomiting on the street, but a lot of groups too. We weren't bothered by anyone, thankfully, but also there were so many tourists in Kabukicho, even at night. We did try to avoid being out too late, like we were. Like we were never out past midnight. Of course, traveling solo and staying there as a woman. Just keep your wits about yourself. Definitely, it's definitely not on the level of bad areas like Western standards. Red light district, so be prepared for drunkards, touts, and sex workers. I only ever knew to be concerned of the red light district because of the drunks and sex workers, but now touts? That's a new thing for me. But if you ignore them, you'll solve 90% of the problems. It's almost among the dirtiest districts I've been in Japan during my last visit. 2 cat-sized rats. Massively overblown, busy nightlife. Avoid touts. Regretfully, it's really easy to find touts. It's really easy to identify touts because they're majoritively Nigerian, from what that video alone says. But yeah, I guess just be careful. Just my lesson is to avoid it at night, and if I'm there, go in groups. Avoid public advertisement that they have. Stick to your Google reviews, and I think we should be pretty safe in Japan. So yeah, the link will be in the description below to check it out. I think that was educational. Yeah. Japan.